owner Jim Ratcliffe, INEOS, have sort of changed how Manchester United's transfer strategy works. And instead of focusing on those big names, the Instagram followers, the superstars, the high wages, the short-term success, basically the last 11 years of absolute chaos, the club seemingly wants to bring in young, rising talents with high potential. Now, the new approach is going to be about building a stronger, more sustainable team for the future. And it won't happen overnight, but you do have to start putting these things into place. And I think by targeting those promising up-and-coming players rather than the experienced, established vets, United are focusing on that long-term success and long-term growth, both on the field, but I think off the field and financially as well, moving away from those big blockbuster signings of the past. Now, there's a player that we're going to be talking about today, which I think is right up INEOS's street. That player is Juanlu Sanchez from Sevilla. Now, he is a right back, a right winger, and a centre mid, and he's 21 years of age. He can almost play anywhere, right? Last season, he did play at right back. With Spain, he played as a winger. He's also played as a midfielder this season as well, being an attacking midfielder. He would be an excellent rotation player. He's got a great attitude. I think he genuinely really fits United well. Now, one possible issue with this is that Sevilla are probably only going to accept his release clause, but he's absolutely worth it. Now, Sanchez has already captured the attention of both Spanish football fans last season due to the qualities both on and off the ball. He's attracted interest from Barcelona and Real Madrid, which I think goes, okay, we're going to struggle to get him. That's why I think you have to strike early with him. If you leave him for a whole nother season before making a move, he's going to end up at one of the big teams in Spain. However, if you move early, you've got half a chance. Now, what we've seen him do recently is deputise for Sevilla legend Jesus Navas on the right side of the defensive line last season. He's modified the starting position and he's actually managed to unlock a whole other challenge for him this season, and he's already shining and turning quite a lot of heads around Europe. He got to showcase his defensive work rate in the last campaign. 5.18 tackles and interceptions per 90 minutes is big. He also ranked in the top 2% of the whole of the league when it came to successful challenging of opposition dribblers, which gives you the sort of confidence that he can defend 1v1 and out wide when needed. And he's already started to shine this season as well. He's a massively key contributor in Sevilla's new look system under Pimenta, and he's having a direct influence on the team's ability to consistently score goals, which is the one thing that I'm a little bit terrified about with Manchester United at the moment. We don't look like we're scoring goals. Now, he's one of the reasons why they're doing that. I also think he's one of the reasons why that hybrid sort of defender midfielder role could be very, very useful for us. Now, one major learning point, I think, from the last season was against Arsenal. For all of those that are going to bring it up, we'll bring it up, we'll show you. No defender was dribbled past more times in a Champions League game in the last 8 seasons than Juanlu Sanchez was against Arsenal with 8. Gabby Martinelli had him on toast. But since then, he's actually really strengthened that part of his game, hence the interest from across Europe. Now, if we have a look at his FB Ref stats, massively up there in tackles, 99th percentile, but also very high percentiles for so many more other things, including take-ons and blocks. Really, really solid numbers. Now, relatively low transfer cost, relatively low release calls, could end up being a real shrewd bit of business for United to be able to strengthen not just the fullback area, but potentially someone who can backfill in a couple of areas, which I think when you look at the sheer number of games being required of the squad, not a bad thing. If you know about him, let me know. Would you take him? Would the performance against Arsenal put you off? Or are you happy for someone to just have a little bit of a nightmare of a game once in a while and that they can grow and learn from that? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.